Hello. In this tutorial, I will cover in-text citations. First, we will introduce the types of citations you can use. Then we will go over the elements needed for in-text citations. I will then discuss the differences between paraphrasing and direct quotes, and when to use a block quote. And finally, we will address citing works with multiple authors and citations with no authors. So there are two ways you can cite a source in your paper. The first method is called parenthetical citation, because your in-text citation is at the end of the sentence and enclosed in parentheses. Note that the final period of your sentence will follow the citation, even if it ends with a quote. The second method you can use is a narrative citation, where you use the author's name in the body of your text. The date will follow the first mention of the author, and it will be in parentheses. Now let's go over what goes into an in-text citation. If you're paraphrasing, meaning you take the author's words or ideas and put them into your own, you only need two things: the author or organization responsible for the work and the date of publication. It is recommended to use paraphrasing when citing your sources, as it will make your paper look more professional. When you're using a direct quote from the source, you will need to include both the author's name and the date of publication, but you will also include the page number that the quote begins on. So now if you have a quote that is longer than 40 words, you will need to use a block quote. In a block quote, all lines will be indented 1/2 inch from the left margin, and the citation will be the end of the block. As you can see in the examples here, you will introduce your quote in the body of your text. The last sentence before your block quote, you will end with a colon. You can use either a parenthetical or a narrative citation for block quotes. Keep in mind that direct quotes and block quotes should be used more sparingly, and only if the author's words are the best expression of their ideas. Now we will finish with listing multiple authors and citations with no authors. If we have two authors, we will simply separate their last names with an ampersand. When using a narrative citation, you will use the word "and" to separate the two authors. Now, if we have more than 3 authors, list only the first author followed by et al., which just means there are more. Note that et al. Ends with a period, so make sure to include it on both the parenthetical and narrative citations. And if we have no authors, we will use a shortened version of the title. There is no exact specification, but make sure that there's enough of the title to avoid any ambiguity. There's one other rule for citations with no authors. If it is a book title, it will be italicized, and if it is a magazine article, online or in print, the title will be in quotation marks. Note that the comma separating the title and the year will be inside the quotation marks. So that wraps up in-text citations. Remember, this is just the first of a 2-part system for properly citing your sources. We will cover the second step, which is the reference page, in the next module. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Thank you for watching.